everyone can create a great story. I was lacking information how to make stories interesting, structural, more useful, in other words, better. And I heard that storytelling techniques can help. And I said to myself, why not? And went to study. I found out that the story and the beginning of the story begins not when you start to tell the story, or not even time when you start to write the story. The beginning of the story begins when you start to thinking about it. I started studying storytelling technique with the help of our mind, and I found out what my process is in creating stories. I will share these steps with you, and hopefully this knowledge will help you to recognize yours or maybe improve. Imagine there are 3 different characters inside you living, and you involve them to the process one by one. First, you come up with the idea of the speech. Then you research materials, details, stories. Basically, you need information to create a story. This state of mind is called a researcher. For example, if I ask you to make a story about your mother, you can make it here, right now, on this spot, easily. Because you already know everything about your mother. Let's say almost everything. And you can tell the story immediately and easily. But if it will be a story about fires in Siberia this year, or what's happening in the south of Brazil, you will need information. You will need time to research. To help your researcher make this story great, you need to come up with activity, what your researcher likes to do. Read books, watch movies, read stories, watch stories, listen to other stories. It can be done at home, or it can be done at coffee place. It can be done in library. Or even here, when you come, you see a lot of people and you can listen, and then the researcher is switching on. When I will be speaking about my researcher, I like to read books. I like to read stories. I like to read detectives and watch movies about people when I need to come up with a story about a relationship. But if we'll be speaking about instructions and documents, it will be different kinds of books, educational books, or will be instructions how to create instructions and bullets and so on. And workshops also help because they help you to structurize your knowledge. And if I will be talking about researching materials for public speaking, it will be on my phone. But if I will be researching for my work, it will be my working laptop and I will be sitting on my desk. I like to explore stories every day, at least for 1 hour, and then I go to sleep. After good, non-disturbing sleeping, sitting on my sofa with my regular cappuccino in my hand, with coffee aroma in the room, reading something not important on my phone, I will see the story creating in my mind for my blog. I just told you my routine for when the post comes up from the idea to words. This routine I do every day, almost, but not every day I have a good sleep. And recognizing the rituals help me to understand how the mind is creating your story. And I want you to work with me. Remember, please, when you first come up with your first speech, was you sitting or was you laying down? Was you traveling in tram or was you walking around the river? Was music on or was music off? Was you drinking something? Or maybe it was coffee, as for me working. The more information you will have inside you, the more information you can give, and creator will switch it on. And please don't worry, if you don't have these rituals or routine, you just can create them. And remember, speaking about preparing speech, it will be in the middle of the Saturday. No windows, or windows will be closed, no music. I will be sitting on my bed with the laptop on my knees and writing non-stop for 1 hour and a half. And after that I will have my first draft of the speech. I will close my laptop and put it away. In other words, I'm saying that I will not mix up my creator and my inner critic. Notably, we are coming to the third part of the speech, and we will speak about inner critic. Who does want to organize your inner critic? It was a question, sorry for not saying it properly. I was lacking this information, and hopefully and luckily I have the recipe for it now. There are 3 rules for inner critic. First, give it time. Second, give it place. And third, give the time for your first draft. Print notes, put it away. After 1 or 2 days, take your notes with you, go to other place, go away from the place where the story was written. Change location, change your position. You can sit, or you can stand, or you can lay down, but you have to have that notes with you. I've checked, 5 meters can help. It's working. And then you recognize this routine, you will help yourself. You will become a leader of your creating process. I've introduced you to my inner characters, researcher, creator, and inner critic. And I want you, and I would like you to continue with me next sentence. I want to tell a story about, and now you have an idea, and creating your next speech is started. Thank you.